time for more nefarious gardening. I can't wait to plant this evil seed. Now, to see what will grow. Now, let us see what has grown. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. Good afternoon, Jank enthusiasts. I'm MBT, and this is 10-Minute Testing. What's wrong with you people? I give my Patreons exactly one slot a month to make their voice heard, and they choose Ragnaraika. I was more than happy to leave the evil seed in 1-minute overviews, but no! You wanted to see what would blossom. Well, like Stun, we're going to be looking at it 3 ways. Presenting Ragnaraika.
Even now, the evil seed of what you have done germinates within you.
With that, let's get ready to Rika! I'll begin with a bit of an overview. The Ragnaraika monsters are a new tri-type, like Tri-Brigades, Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast, except they're insect, plant, and reptile. Like early Tri-Brigade builds, the first wave can play a pure strategy with just the Ragnaraikas, but like the early Tri-Brigade builds, it's pretty bad. I go over this in the 1-minute overview, but basically they can end on their Link 5 and a pretty bad version of Ritual Beast steeds. Where the archetype shines, like early Tri-Brigade did, is in its splashability in other archetypes. Let's look at some of those applications. But first, this video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. I've been shilling Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck for, well, years at this point, and I'm happy to announce I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. By now, they've become the most complete repository of tournament tops on the internet, the best place to jam prog with friends, and of course, still host strategy articles. Recently, they've added a new piece of infrastructure to the fold, a 3-card arena draft, draftable with card pools featuring classic formats, Master Duel, or within any parameters you like. Give it, or any of their other features, a look at www.ygoprodeck.com. Firstly, let's peep Plant Link. This is a pretty obvious home for Ragnaraika. Through their closed loop, they can get you more consistent access to Sunseed genus Loci, which, well, ask your local European just how powerful that can be. Here's a list pilfered from Jess. For the Ragnaraikas, we've got 3 copies of the Evil Seed, which can be special summoned from the hand by sending an insect, plant, or reptile from your hand to the graveyard once per turn, and if normal or special summoned, allows you to add 2 different Ragnaraika cards of yours that are banished or in your deck except for the Evil Seed, then banish 1 card from your hand, and you can't special summon except for the tri-type. You will be adding, likely, a Ragnaraika Samurai Beetle and a copy of Ragnaraika Bloom. This card makes insect, plant, and reptile monsters gain 300 attack and defense, and everyone else lose that much. Then during your main phase, you can either add a Ragnaraika from your deck to your hand, then discard card, or special summon a Ragnaraika from your hand, graveyard, or banishment in defense. The use case for this is that you're going to be adding 2 cards, banishing 1, then summoning it back immediately with Bloom, which allows you to get the material necessary for a card like Ragnaraika Skeletal Soldier, which represents 2 more pieces of Link material. After that, we've got just a bunch of Plant Link mainstays. Genus Loci, Regulus, Triple Lily Borea, Snowdrop, Moodon, Rika Princess, Lonefire Blossom, Sunseed Twin, Double Laurel, Double Rosalina, Rika Petal, Triple Unexpected Die, 1-for-1 Aroma Blend, Sunvine Sowing, Double Glamour, Double Small World, Double Con, 1 copy of Disco, 1 copy of Sheet, 1 copy of Winds, and the non-engine. We've got 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Troll and Lockbird, 3 Effect Veiler, a Nibiru, Triple Tactics, Talents Called by the Grave, Crossout Designator, and Infinite Impermanence in the extra. We've got Magnolia, Hyperatin, Teardrop, Double Strenna, Bangalancer, Rosemary, Malias, Jasmine. We've got Skeletal Soldier, Dance Peony, Healer, and Dryas. So with that, let's check out a game. Our match is up against Magispector, and oh, if it isn't the old nemesis of the plants, a big rock being hurtled from space. Okay, well, our hand looks pretty good. We'll begin with a copy of Ragnaraika the Evil Seed, pitching this Lily Borea and banishing a Beetle. We will bring it back with the Bloom, and then we'll Link summon a Skeletal Soldier. From here, we can reborn one of these suckers. Let's bring back the Seed, and then make ourselves a copy of Aroma Lilith Rosemary. We'll trigger the effect in order to grab a blend, and blend for a copy of Humid Winds. We'll then activate the effect of the Humid Winds, taking 1,000, and grabbing from deck to hand a Rosalina. We'll trigger the effect of the Skeletal Soldier, tucking back that Rosemary as we go for its effect. Let's go ahead and bring back this Evil Seed once again to go into Jasmine. From here, we can Humid Winds to gain 5, and then what do you know? That triggers the search effect of the Jasmine for a Rika Princess. We'll go Rika Princess here, at which point our opponent will realize it's time to Nibiru. They will eat the entire board, but unfortunately I have not yet normaled, so let's go Rosalina into Laurel, into Jasmine, into Laurel, into the effect of Jasmine. After that, we're going to grab a copy of Lily Borea to hand, then activate Lily Borea, targeting Lily Borea, putting it in a zone that the Jasmine points to. Let's get a Disco, and then activate the Disco, grabbing a copy of Regulus. Unfortunately, we are locked, but we'll get him next time. We're going to go Jasmine for a Lone Fire. Lone Fire pitches banishing the Jasmine for a Loci so that EMZ is clear for our Dryas. We'll go Sunvine Sowing for Twin. We will trigger the effect of the Twin and the effect of the Dryas. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a copy of Healer, and then afterwards let's go ahead and bring back this Genus Loci. Healer here is going to gain us a little bit more health, at which point we can make the Rosemary again. We will go for Twin to bring back Jasmine and Aroma Blend in order to make Magnolia into another Jasmine. We'll Rosemary in order to get rid of that Nibiru and gain 1,000, and what do you know, we could trigger both Jasmines here. I think we've got 4 Jasmine searches this turn. Okay, afterwards we're going to go Snowdrop in order to bring out the Petal. Afterwards we'll go into Dance Peony for 3. Let's go for it, and we hit a Genus Loci, not bad. Let's summon that to our side of the field, and afterwards use the effect of the Petal in order to grab a Moodon. We will trigger the effect of the Dance Peon, targeting the Princess, and then we'll go for a Strenna effect here in order to tuck back that copy of Aroma Seraphy Jasmine before we go Malias into Loci, into Moodon, into Concon, into set a copy of Sheet, I believe. Yeah, that seems good. And then finally a Bangalancer and a set card. Good luck to our opponent. They rip an Imperm off the top, so the Bangalancer is going to be a non-issue. They're going to go for Bunbuku here, and Bunbuku into the Porcupine. They'll summon it, and unfortunately go into the only monster that can be interacted with. We will do so with Princess, and we will tribute it with Concon. Now that that's off the field, they will go for a Prosperity for 3, finding off the top. They're really just looking for a scale here, and they do find a nice one. They're going to go for Majesty Pegasus and set the Dynamite Power Load as well. That Majesty Pegasus is going to grab another Majesty Pegasus. Then they'll pend 1, 2, 3, making use of our Link Arrow. From here they can go Majesty Pegasus. We will go Sheet in order to take that sucker, and then afterwards we will go ahead and trigger the effect of the Strenna for a Hyperraton. Hyperraton here, in order to retain the monster negate, they will go Pegasus into Yatta, and just believe that's a Kieran, and things will look a lot better. They're going to go Wind into, unfortunately, Typhon. That is not sufficient because we can trade for the Hyperraton, and they will concede. Secondly, let's ogle at Ogdoadic. Ogdoadic's a reptile archetype with a really frustrating problem. They've got enough extenders that they can functionally put up infinite material onto the field, they just don't have anything to do. Previously, they've been used for rank 8 spam or Cosmic Slicer Z-roll, but hopefully Ragnarika's reptiles can help the deck push through a draw phase Imperm. So with that, let's get into the card by card. First up, the Ragnaraikas. We're of course playing 3 Evil Seed and 1 Samurai Beetle, but we're also playing a newcomer, Armored Lizard. This can be specialed as a hard once by banishing a tri-type from your graveyard, and you can discard a tri-type to target a face-up monster your opponent controls, except a tri-type, and return it to the hand. After that, we've got a pretty standard Ogdoadic package, 3 copies of Naya, 3 copies of Nunu, 1 of Nephilabyss, 1 of Curse, and then some fun ofs. You've got Serpentine Princess, which, if this face-up card is returned from the field to your deck, allows you to select and special summon a level 3 or lower monster from your deck to your side of the field, and 1 copy of Night Sword Serpent, which is just an extender. He just keeps going. After that, we've got 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity, 2 Snake Rain, 2 Water Lily, 2 Daybreak, 2 Bloom, 1 Planet Polluted Virus, which you will search over the course of your combo, and causes all your opponent's monsters to have A counters on them for 3 turns after activation, which is functionally a one-sided skill drain with Cosmic Slicer Zerol. We're also playing 1 copy of Hunting Dance, which allows you to target cards your opponent controls up to the number of different monster types among the link monsters you control that are insect, planted, reptile, and destroy them. And if a face-up insect, plant, or reptile is destroyed by battle or card effect while in the graveyard, you can banish this card and target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. For that, we've got non-engine. We've got 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Valor, 2 copies of Triple Tack, 1 Called by the Grave, and triple Imperm. In the extra, we have Reptilian Mesialine, we have King of the Feral Imps X2, we've got Ragnarika Stag Sovereign, 2 copies of Chain Coils. Unfortunately, kind of the most mid of the extra deck lineup, but it is a reptile, so we are playing it. A Bangalancer is now not out of reach for the deck. Z-Roll, 1 copy of Mantis Monk, 1 Adipus, 1 Alien Shock Trooper M-Frame, an SP Little Knight for corner cases, double Skeletal Soldier, and 1 Reptilian Echidna. So with that, let's jump into a game. Our match is up against a Virtual World with a small Goblin engine. I love this. Gabonga's gotta earn his QCR. Our hand looks like it has Snake Rain in it, so let's fire that off. Okay, let's go for the effect of the Night Sword Serpent, summoning itself, and the effect of the Curse in order to pitch the Night Sword Serpent for its effect. We will bring back this copy of Nauya and activate its effect in order to go ahead and grab a Water Lily, and then the effect of the Nunu, and what do you know, that's 2 4s, so it's King of the Feral Imps time! We're going to take Serpentine Princess here, and this is the way by which we will get into the Ragnaraikas. Let's go ahead and activate the effect of the Daybreak in order to summon 4 tokens to our side of the field, and get linking. We'll begin with Cosmic Slicer Zerol in order to grab a Planet Pollutant Virus, course. That'll be our floodgate for the turn. We will go Skeletal Soldier into the effect of the Daybreak in order to send a copy of the Armored Lizard, which we can then reborn with the Skeletal Soldier. Let's go into Mantis Monk, activate the effect of the Mantis Monk in order to grab Hunting Dance, and normal summon Serpentine Princess. We can shuffle that back into the deck with the graveyard effect of the Skeletal Soldier, which triggers it and allows us to summon a Ragnaraika the Evil Seed from deck. Neat, right? Let's activate the effect of the Ragnaraika the Evil Seed to go into Chain Coils, and then activate the effect of the Bloom in order to bring back this copy of the Beetle. Let's go ahead and link off into the Stag Sovereign, then Beetle effect in order to bring back the Nunu. We'll go for the Chain Coils over the Skeleton Soldier here and end on an end frame. We'll go for a Water Lily in order to send a Nephilim to the graveyard, get a Chain Coils, and end on a Pot of Prosperity. What are we finding off the top? How about an Ash Blossom to go with the rest of this hand? We'll pass back to our opponent, and in draw phase, we'll flip up Planet Pollutant, tributing this alien in order to skill drain them. They will begin with Qinglong and activate the effect of the Lulu. Terrible news for them. Because they've activated the effect of a monster in hand, we can now activate Chain Coils to lock them from hand effects for the rest of the turn. No more Lao Lao. They're going to go for Big Gabonga here, but of course it does nothing. We'll go Stag Sovereign in order to eat the Big Gabonga. They will set 2, and at end step, we will Hunting Dance, eating them before they pass back. We should be able to clean this up pretty easily. We'll go for the effect of the Bloom in order to grab a Ragnaraika the Evil Seed and pitch it. Then we'll go for the Nephilim in order to summon itself, and also the Chain Coils. This is well over lethal. Let's not complicate things. We'll get in for 25, 29, and 32. Finally, let's touch on Traptrix. While Ragnaraika makes plants more consistent and Ogdoadic more flexible, what these monsters lend to Traptrix is power. In hands with access to a lot of link material, think Holatea and Arachnocampa, you can either power through link monsters on the draw or search a Hunting Dance on the play, which you may realize is a normal trap card capable of triggering Sarah. With that, let's get into the card by card. We are playing all of the Ragnaraikas, 3 Seed, 1 Beetle, and 1 Armored Lizard, along with 2 copies of Bloom. After that, we've got the Traptrix monsters, a triple Mirmello, triple Mantis, 2 Arachnocampa, a Pudica, and a Dionea. We are playing 3 Pot of Prosperity, 3 Holatea, double Hunting Dance this time. It's also fine to draw. A Traptrix, Traphole Nightmare, a Floodgate, and a Gravediggers. For non-ancient, we are on Nibiru, Ash Blossom Veiler, and Imperm. In the extra, we have a bunch of Xyz, Rafflesia, Baguska, Alamaris, Pingulia, Typhon, and Zeus. For links, we've of course got Triple Sarah. We are also playing Skeletal Soldier. Integral to a lot of your pop-off potential is the ability to make Aromaseraphy Jasmine in this list. Adipus pushes for damage. Ragnaraika Mantis Monk, Chain Coils, and Stag Sovereign come up as you link off your board into more powerful monsters. Let's check out a game. Our match is up against Tearlament Lightsworn, a really cool deck that I have just had 0 time to tinker with. Our opponent's going to begin with a copy of Primeval Planet Pellerino. That's going to grab them a Tearlament's Rhino Heart they will use in order to send a Kashtira to the graveyard. Let's mill a couple, and then fire off a Foolish Burial, sending a Wolf. Wolf here will trigger, they will summon it, then overlay for a Minerva. What is this, 2016? Minerva effect, they will go ahead and trigger Wolf and Fangs. Wow, it really is. They'll set that and summon back the Wolf before going for Weiss in order to put a card back, and then activate the effect of the Felis and the Scream Engrave. They will grab a Celiac and a Meta Noise here, and we will just fire off the Nibiru. They're going to get a token to their side of the field and pass turn here. That's unfortunate. We'll draw, and we should be able to wrap this up. We'll begin with Mantis. Mantis is going to grab from deck to hand an Arachnocampa. We'll go into a Sarah and then set and activate Holatea in order to summon itself, triggering the effect of the Sarah and getting us a Pudica. We'll activate the effect of the Pudica in order to banish our opponent's Primal Being token, and then Sarah in order to set a copy of Traptrix Traphole Nightmare. Next up is the Arachnocampa, at which point we can overlay for a Pingulucia. We will activate its effect in order to grab Dionea, and then go into Aromaseraphy Jasmine. We will tribute the Xyz monster for a Ragnaraika the Evil Seed, activate its effect in order to grab Bloom, and you've seen this before, haven't you? Bloom effect in order to summon back this copy of Beetle, at which point we can make a Skeletal Soldier. We will use the effect of the Beetle in order to bring back the Mantis, and the Skeletal Soldier to bring back the Beetle. From here, we can go into a Mantis Monk, activate the effect of the Mantis Monk in order to grab the second copy of Hunting Dance, and the effect of the Skeletal Soldier to tuck back that Traptrix. This is well over lethal. Let's see if our opponent has a response. It doesn't look like they do, and we sneak the win. So we're back. Let's rank the decks as 3. Here are the pros and cons. First, the pros. 1. The Ragnaraika engine gives you a ton of link material for free, easily getting you to a link 3 without locking at all, or netting you even more material if you do choose to play into the lock. In Rika, not only does the lock not matter at all, the shuffle effect letting you recycle Jasmines or even Dryas is huge. 2. The Raikas give Ogdoadic a more varied end board. It's got extra pops from the Link 5 and the Trap, and with high roll hands, you can even lock people out of hand effects with Chain Coils while having Z roll up and a pop 2 from the Raika Trap. And 3, in Traptrix, the Raikas give you more explosive OTK power and a slightly more varied end board. Less focused on trap holes and more focused on the Link 5 and the Trap pop, you can functionally remove anything from the field at will, not requiring your opponent to play into known pieces of interaction. And the cons. 1. Evil Seed is a hand trap magnet. The card alone provides so much value, but it's so vulnerable to being hit. This can be turn ending or leave you with a much lower ceiling. 2. The lock on the Link 2 makes the engine noticeably less splashable, unless your deck doesn't care about the lock or is just using the 3 Link material. And 3. The actual end boards are weak in engine. The Ragnaraika stuff, even if it ends on the Link 4 and 5, has only 1 non-targeting double monster pop and a 1 to 3 card pop in the trap, depending on your end board. Sometimes it's supplemented with a hand effect lock of chain coils, but mostly it's underwhelming, and definitely not enough to stand up to the meta. Overall, it may be a tri-type engine, but it's no tri-brigade. Expect to mostly see it as an engine in plants, but maybe in the future another list could let the Ragnaraikas bloom. So that's that. Thanks so much for watching. These 10-minute testings are functionally subsidized by, and occasionally suggested by, my Patreons. I'm going to go ahead and read out some of the higher tier Patreons now, without whom these videos would not be possible. Huge thanks to Elena Tincher, Alex Perea, Allison Elliott, Ally, Brett Henry, Canner, Seaweed, Darkmaster Zork, Derpin Dragon, Devin Senpai, DJ Elefante, Gravity, John Piet, Juan Cruz Avila Zati, Night Mary, Legal Rights, Lockstone, Luis Hernandez, Matthew M. Derezzo, MBT Play Dolce, soon, Mike Carlotti, N54 Lionheart, Nebula Yu-Gi-Oh!, Project Mercury, Rose Lapine, Troy Says By Erasure Is Gay, Vincent Storm, Who's Nick, Wonder Waffle, Your Pot of Greed Does What, and Yuki. Couldn't have done it without you.